So I want to talk to you guys today about the mission. The mission is to help financially empower my people, the ones who are just trying to get ahead, the ones who want to achieve financial freedom, the ones who need to know how to get from point A to point B. And basically with that, the banks is the avenue. I'm going to teach you how to navigate this banking system, this financial system, this credit system. These are the things that you need to know how to leverage. Because once you know how to leverage them, they're going to put you in a different position. Okay? So, there's so many of us out here that don't understand the banking system, what it is, and how it can help. I'm going to tell you. So, the banking system is the place that gets your money before you do. Funny, right? But it's absolutely true. I say that because, as you know, when you go out here and you're working 9 to 5, who's the first place? Who gets your money before you do? It's the banks. Tens of thousands of dollars annually going straight to them that you've worked for. Direct deposit. And we trust them with that money, right? So it's only right that they should trust us with the same amount of money. And there's 3 levels of banking. Number 1, which is the first one, national banks. That's the big banks like your Chase, your Bank of America, and U.S. Bank. These are banks that you can find all over the nation. They got locations everywhere. They're going to be bigger institutions with more money to give. The thing is with them is pros and cons. Now, there's pros and cons on each level of banking. But with the national banks, the cons are to get the money is going to be significantly more red tape. So what do I mean by significantly more red tape? Basically, when you go apply there, it's going to be more of a hassle. They're going to want to comb through more of your stuff. It's kind of going to be possibly a headache if you don't know how to do it, right? But once you do get approved for their lending, they're going to give you lots of money. Like Chase, when it comes to lending, I love them. They are a very giving bank. They're just not easy to get approved for if you don't know what you're doing. As with any bank, but you can go to a bank on the lower level, which is like a credit union and local bank. They'll be more giving on the far as leniency. Like you can have a less than perfect credit score and still get approved for their banking products, right? But on a national level, it's gonna be harder. Like you can walk in Chase right now and try to open up a checking account and you could possibly be denied for a couple of reasons. One of the things when it comes to this banking system, I want people to understand is you have to look and see if you're having trouble getting a bank account. It could be that you're in check system or early warnings, meaning that it's been some things that have came up that are looking bad on your profile as a banker. As a person who is your banking reputation for short. So you want to check that out if you ever have some issues getting a bank account. Okay, it's check systems and early warnings. Now, I've told you about the national banks. The second banks, the thing keep in mind, are regional banks. Now, these are what you call the best of both worlds because they are going to have a lots of capital just like the national bank, but they are more caring and look at you as a more individual like the smaller banks. Regional banks are great. They're not found all across the nation like your Chase, like your U.S. Bank, like your Bank of America, right? But they are heavy in your regions. Like for instance, I'm in the Southeast region, and Truist is one of my favorite regional banks. You know, you will have to be in the Southeast region, Georgia, Florida, these type of areas to get a bank account with them. You cannot be up north and get a bank account at Truist. And it's great because I love them. Truist is a bank they give you a lot of money, okay? And they'll be more lenient than a national bank. Then let's look at our third ones, who are the credit unions and local banks. The credit unions, local banks. Now, let's take Navy Federal. A lot of people might think Navy Federal is a national bank because they are so popularly known. Navy Federal is like, they can be found everywhere. Everyone knows of them. They're huge. They are the largest credit union, but most credit unions aren't that size. The credit unions are lenient when it comes to lending because they are all about building relationships. They're not going to treat you like a number like the national banks will. So you can walk in there with a 680 score and still possibly get approved. Versus Chase, nah, it's not happening. You walk in Chase with a 680 credit score, the chances of you getting approved are very slim. But on a credit union, you can do it, and it's a good chance, you know. So this is one thing that people like about credit unions. This is one thing that people like about local banks. Okay. So there's just 3 levels of banking that I want you guys to understand. Now, with the 3 levels of banking, anytime you go somewhere and you are applying for funding, you are applying for credit cards, loans, that's personal loans, auto loans, they're always going to look at your credit report. And again, the credit report is not about your score. It's all about the report itself. They're going to look at the accounts that you have on there to see, well, do you have a good enough number of accounts? With these accounts, does the age of the accounts meet the ideal number? And payment history is everything. It's one of the biggest factors of your credit reports. See, if you have late payments and things on your credit report, especially in the past 24 months, late payments is going to hurt you. Think about it. If you get a late payment, 9 times out of 10, it's going to drop your score about 100 points. Nothing else drops your score just as huge as a late payment does. So one of the things to prevent that is simply by putting your things on auto pay for the people who are able to. You know, there's some people out there say, I don't want to put on auto pay. And they are able to, like, it's not going to hurt them too. They just don't want to. But this is how you end up getting late payments, and it kills your score. Life can get busy, things can happen, and we can forget. We're all human, I get it. And once that late payment on that, it's going to be a hard time to try to get it off, especially if you're trying to do it by yourself. So my advice is just put it on auto pay to avoid that issue. Keep your score to protect your score, because that good credit score, it will open up doors. It will allow you to access so much capital and opportunities. So that's my rant about that. I want you guys to understand that it's all about, they say it's not about who you know, but what you know, or vice versa. It's not about what you know, but who you know. I'm going to tell you, sometimes it is about what you know as well. When you know what to do when it comes to this banking system, how to navigate, how to go and access capital, you can always give yourself opportunity. You can always change the trajectory of your future. You can always put yourself ahead. You can always give yourself the comfort, the head start, the stability that you need so that you can put your life in a different place. But, you know, it's all about knowing this system. You got to know this system, the credit system, the banking system. These are foundational pillars of the route of the road to get financial freedom. Okay? So, until next time, I'll let you guys.